Something I've been studying for about 6 months is NFTs, non fungible tokens, art on the blockchain. People are like, Gary, why are you buying $2,000 digital art? I'm like, why do you spend 5,000 hours of your life dwelling that you don't have a blue check on Instagram? What do you think a blue check on Instagram is worth to some people right now? What's a Clubhouse invite going for? That's an invite to a platform that is virtual. Why did Matt show a little plaque at 100,000 subscribers? Why did Josh know exactly what that plaque meant? Because the digital world is the world. So I would get educated on NFT.
BitSwap is the hottest new way to trade tokens. Crawling all the top decentralized exchanges, BitSwap gets you the very best price and value for your trades. BitSwap is changing the game. Try it now at bitswapdex.io. Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, the largest crypto channel in all the interwebs. My name is Ben. Every day on this channel, I show you how to make money with cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to subscribe to the channel and also smash the likes if you like NFTs. Today, I brought on one of the foremost experts on NFTs, if not the biggest expert in NFTs in the whole crypto space, CryptoStache, to discuss where NFTs are heading to and how you can make money with them. Here we go. Let's jump into the interview. Hey guys, today I'm joined with the one and only CryptoStache, good friend I've had for a long time. Welcome to the show, Stache.
That's true, man. Good friends. Hey, thanks for having me, man. I always love hanging out with you, and we've been friends for a long time. It's been a long time. Years already. I know. It seems like just yesterday.
It does. I think last time we had you on the channel, I think we had like 30 or 40,000 subscribers. The first time we had you on the channel, we probably had 1,000 subscribers.
Maybe. I don't even think it was that much, man.
Maybe
I think I was at like 100. And you maybe were at 1,000. We used to do all those live streams, man. I miss those live streams. Remember, we used to get all the YouTubers together on Friday. Yep. Me, you, Wendy,
Crypto Love, Beatles,
Jason too, Jason Appleton. Like, we don't do that stuff no more. But it's still fun.
It just used to be more fun when nobody was watching. You know.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. Well, Stache, you have been leading the NFT charge. You were actually in on NFTs before just about anybody. I mean, you were in on Engine Coin before anybody even really knew what Engine Coin was. And so, absolutely. And so we're going to pick your brain about some NFT stuff today as it's getting more and more popular. But what I wanted to ask you to start this off, we're seeing a lot of people saying that NFTs are all hype right now, and this is already a giant bubble. I know I did an interview this weekend with Graham Stephan on the Iced Coffee Hour podcast, and he said, he thinks that maybe NFTs are the new ICOs, like totally overrated thing where people are going to get wrecked. How do you see NFTs right now and the hype around them?
Yeah, I mean, I think that that's going to be a natural reaction for anybody. Anything that starts to hype in our industry, undoubtedly, someone is going to come on and be like, oh, it's hype, man. It's a bubble. It's just going to burst. It's like all these other things we've seen. But the fact of the matter is, not every ICO was bad. There were a lot of bad ICOs, and that's true. Yeah. But the same thing with NFTs, as their projects and quality projects out there, and there are going to be a lot of people who are like, "Hey, this is not. This is just trash," and there'll be a lot of that out there, and we're already starting to see that. Mm-hmm. And so really, it just comes down to everything else in crypto is DYOR, man. Do your own research. I mean, that is the most important thing here. There's going to be a lot of projects out there. They're going to keep coming. They're not going to stop. This is barely just the tip of the iceberg. Mm-hmm. So, with NFTs, it's all about fundamentals. You can't just go look at a chart and, say, oh yeah, this NFT is going to go up in value. It has to do more with fundamentals. So you're looking at, the team itself. You're looking at their roadmap. What kind of long-term plan do they have? What kind of community have they built? That's one of the biggest elements there. And so, I think one of the popular things as things become popular is to go against them and say, no, it's a fad, it's a bubble. So Graham and all the other people that I've seen, saying, oh, is Gary Vee's hype going to, create a huge bubble in NFTs? They just want to counter, trade or trend against people for getting those views and the hype. And so a lot of people will buy into that. But the fact of the matter is that the answer is kind of both. Yes, there will be a lot of projects out there that put crappy NFTs out, and they have a really thin white paper and a thin roadmap and no community. And some people will get suckered into them. And then there's some quality projects out there, like some of the recent launches we've seen by Capcom and Tops, and quite a few others that are going to continue to have long-term value.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head. I mean, when you said some ICOs were successful, I mean, I think it was IOTA that had like 68,000% returns from the ICO, you know? And the way we kind of look at NFTs right now is, you know, we look at them like, you know, NFTs are for fun, not for investing, but yet there is a market element to it. And I think one thing a lot of people miss is if you go to the, you know, baseball card market, in, you know, some people may know, I actually used to sell football helmets, signed football helmets for about a year and a half. I was doing that. Yeah, I know. We had some really nice helmets, some really cool stuff, some hydro dip stuff. But the interesting thing is that in itself is kind of a bubble. All collectibles go in bubbles and in cycles, right? You look at Michael Jordan. Yeah, Michael Jordan, you know, cards were going for out of control prices while The Last Dance was on ESPN. So it's something that we see a lot. But, you know, in terms of right now with NFTs, what's going on? Can you just tell us a little bit about like what you're doing? What is your involvement with NFTs?
Yeah, so I mean, as far as my involvement, I've been creating NFTs since 2018. I was actually the first content creator to have his own NFT. I collaborated with Engine on that, and we airdropped it to like 5,000 people. It was one of the first ones ever out there, and you know, created for somebody else. Before then, it was just, you know, projects or games creating their own. Yeah. And that was kind of the beginning of my journey with NFTs. And I've created them, you know, on Ethereum, and now I've really moved over to Wax because, you know, creation on Ethereum, it's you can't do it. I mean, there are places you can mint for free, obviously, but transactions are ridiculous. I'm not going to pay $80 for a $50 NFT. And so it's becoming a rich man's game on Ethereum and pushing out not only artists, but, you know, collectors that just don't have those high dollars. So, you know, if you're selling something on Nifty Gateway for $7,500, like Grimes just did, you know, wife of Elon, which I picked one up, you know, that's a good long-term investment.
The wife of Elon?
Yes, Grimes. She's a music artist.
Did you say that's Elon Musk's wife?
That is correct, sir.
What? I did not know this. I didn't even know he was married.
There you go. Brand new news for you. I got her very first NFT on Nifty Gateway just over the... And see, that's what I'm saying. I talk about all these things on my channel about how to invest.
And we obviously don't talk about them here because I didn't even know that was his wife. So
there you go.
Make sure to go subscribe to Stash's channel. It's in the description. You'll get better information about the marriage life of rich people.
Yeah, right. So yeah, I mean, but I've moved over really to Wax for doing my creation because I really love the community there, and so I've been dropping NFTs. And as a matter of fact, I just dropped my very first collaboration NFT with my good friend Senor Lupe. We did a really great one called Real Man's is Stash, and there's 3 versions. You can get a 1 of 1, and then there's a legendary and a diamond version. A lot of fun. So I'm going to continue to do some collabs and some more fun stuff on Wax. But the great thing about Wax is it's not only free to mint, but free to transact, buy, sell. All those things are free. There's no transaction fees. Just, you know, you pay a little market fee. But that market fee goes back to the original creator, which is great too.
Yeah. And it's definitely pretty interesting, everything going on with NFTs right now. And I think on the point about Wax versus other blockchains, I think it's really important. Ethereum, the transaction fees are just really, really, really high, absolutely insane. And it makes it difficult for smaller people to put that stuff out. I would say that when it comes to Wax, a lot of people know this and may not know this. We are doing our own Wax deck builder BitBoy game. We got all the art done for it. It looks absolutely phenomenal. We've got a ton of cool characters, and it's going to be pretty fun. We're, you know, working with Wax as well, directly, just like, you know, Street Fighter just did and Capcom. Those Street Fighter NFTs were pretty sweet. I know a lot of people have already made money on those and been able to flip those.
Oh yeah, I have one of the rarest cards. I have one of the rarest Street Fighter cards. So it's a Power 5 Action Ryu card. The only one better is the Power 5 Collector's Edition Ryu #1. So that's the only one better. So I have the #1 5 Action.
Do you know what the value of that is right now?
I don't know the value of it. I mean, I think I probably put it up for 50,000 right now. I think on Atomic. I don't remember the
50,000 wax.
Yeah, very high. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, a lot of some of these.
No, 50,000 in USD.
$50,000 Stash.
Yes, yeah. Not wax. No, $50,000. So I don't know how much wax it is. That's like $1 million something wax.
Sounds like a whole bottle of wax.
It is.
Those
conversely,
we were gonna sell wax, beard wax and mustache wax at one point.
I know
what happened with that.
Yeah,
guess it's over. I ended my Beards and Bitcoins podcast.
We got busy.
We had a good run.
That's
we
true.
Really had
That's what it was.
And so you're actually working with
knife in the.
You trying to kill me on screen. We actually also really love Ken Bozak. That's somebody who we really love on the channel. And you do, I think, a show with him as well. We like having Ken on and talking NFTs. Ken actually recently got into it with Gary Vee over some NFT stuff.
Yeah.
And you've actually been in contact with Gary Vee's team. Gary Vee is somebody who's very interesting to me. We like a lot of stuff that he does. TJ just calls him Gary. He doesn't even call it Gary Vee. He signed TJ's shoes, not knowing that one day we're going to have a bigger channel than him. So it's coming. It's coming, guys.
Yeah.
Not close there yet.
You're on your way.
Yeah, we're a sixth of the way, almost a fifth of the way there, but not quite there yet. But the point here is Gary Vee somebody that's very interested. We're seeing a lot of celebrities and a lot of big names kind of jump in. Can you tell us kind of about, your interaction with Gary Vee and kind of where you think all that's going?
Yeah. I mean, with this kind of, big hype train that has hit NFTs here over the last couple of months, it was inevitable, I think, that somebody like Gary Vee, physical collector guy gets this, in front of his face. And so he started putting out tweets about like, oh yeah, NFTs, blah, blah. And, out of kind of like randomly, on a tweet, he was talking about NFTs. He tags me and his assistant. He was like, Tyler, we want Stash. We got to get Stash on the show.
Got to have Stash.
I think what the heck, man? Yeah, and I was like, yeah, you do want Stash. Everybody wants Stash. But so yeah, that was great. And I went back and forth. And he followed me, and so he's been liking some of my posts and interact with them once in a while. And same thing with some of the how Ken kind of approaches it. I'm just honest, man. If he has a good take, I'll say it's a good take. If his take sucks, I'm gonna tell him his take sucks. And that's what it comes down to. And we saw kind of Ken get into it with him the other day. But and I think now they're bros. But yeah, Ken does the NFT beat with me every Tuesday. So we're going to talk about that today on the live stream or whenever you guys are watching this. But it's every Tuesday, so you'll be able to see the episode on YouTube and stuff. And
that's is that on your channel?
So I stream exclusively on theta.tv/CryptoStache. I do not stream on YouTube anymore. I'm tired of the scammers. And I really actually love the community on Theta for streaming. So I stream all my stuff there live and I upload the stream later, that day to YouTube. So if you are like, I'm never leaving YouTube, I love it too much, and I love all the scams, I'll stay here and watch all your stuff, Stash. Well, I mean, it's fine. You don't have to sign up for Theta, and you can just wait for them to be uploaded to YouTube.
Yeah, I think we should be streaming to Theta soon. I've been saying that for 6 months, but we're closer than ever. We are doing it. I can guarantee everybody we will be, streaming there at some point. Last thing I kind of wanted to ask you about is. And by the way, I would love to have you on again and talk NFTs because there's so much to this and it's an ever developing.
There's so much I could talk about. We could talk forever.
I know. If there's anybody that I know that can talk other than me, it's you.
It's true.
It is true. Stash can talk. Guys,
we're two of a kind, BitBoy. We're two of a kind.
We are. We're the Stash in the beard of crypto right now. Mm-hmm. My beard isn't that great though. Justin has a better beard than me.
No, yours is looking good. I'm really liking it, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I got a new trimmer.
Ooh, sexy.
It's fancy. It's got a dial on it, and you just move it, and it changes the.
Oh yeah.
Look at that, guys.
Cool.
Live action trimming.
Ooh, I need to get me one of those. I hate putting the thingies on.
Yeah, me too. This is perfect. I have my assistant order it. She's incredible. So Stash, let's talk about NFT platforms. That's what I want to hear from you. We already talked about Wax. So Wax is a way to mint them, and it's got its own independent marketplaces. We have some other places like Rarible, and then you've got, Nifty Gateway, like you said, tons of other places out there that are doing NFTs. OpenSea, Mintable, and then there's Super Rare, I think is one. What are some of the ones that you look at and say, like, these are some good places to jump on?
Yeah, so I mean, really going by blockchain. Ethereum, right, is the leading one. We'll say it's the original one, and so OpenSea is the biggest marketplace there. Rarible is a pretty close second, I would say, for just general NFTs. It's pretty much everything. It's gaming, it's it's art, it's all those different things. And then you can look at some of the curated platforms. And so, OpenSea, anybody can sell. Rarible, anybody can sell. But then the curated platforms like Nifty Gateway is the big one. I was just talking about that earlier. Super Rare, Known Origin. And a couple other ones that are kind of like the curated ones, so they don't let everybody on there.
Yeah, centralized.
So those are pretty good for. Yeah. They're centralized essentially. That's it.
I like that. That's one of the biggest problems we had was scammers on decentralized platforms taking our
Yes.
cards and passing them off as they were ours and making money off of our cards. And it's not the like, we want to make all the money from the cards. It's like, it's manipulative for the people that are buying them, because those people are thinking they're getting something that's worth more money than it's actually worth, compared to the market. So that, I think there is a role for centralized ones out there.
No, there definitely is, and some sort of moderation I think is good. I like having open platforms like that, but you're going to risk that. And we've seen that a lot with Binance Smart Chain recently, which is one of the up and coming NFT chains. If you've seen CryptoPunks, they have actually, they have Binance Punks, and they're literally just a straight rip-off copy of CryptoPunks on Binance Smart Chain instead. So Binance Smart Chain is actually a really great chain. It has nothing to do, obviously, they don't have anything to do with Binance, the crypto Binance Punks themselves, but it is a great up and coming NFT platform. There's some pretty cool things on there, like Cake and Bakery, both doing some cool NFT things. Other blockchains that are starting to really develop NFT ecosystems. Phantasma is one of my favorite ones, and Ghost Market. I've been pushing that. I did a tutorial for musicians specifically on how to get their music up there and mint those NFTs. So that's really exploding right now. And then you can look at some other up and coming ones. Cardano just launched their their NFTs. Also Tezos is coming very soon too, with NFTs in a NFT market. And Theta as well. So I'm actually working on some Theta stuff too. So I'm gonna have some really cool NFT stuff for to showcase for you guys on Theta pretty soon.
Wow, that is awesome. Well, guys, I think we were going to have Stache on again to talk NFTs in the future. I think this is a good conversation. I think this is some good stuff to talk about. So this won't be the last time. I think if Stache would come back on the channel at some point, we'll see.
I mean, if you ask me nicely, I will.
Okay. Please, Mr. Stache, will you come on my show? Okay. So, all right, guys, don't forget to go subscribe to CryptoStache. You guys can get the link down below in the description, or you can just search CryptoStache. Thanks for always as is coming on. You guys make sure to go check out all these other NFT platforms. Anything you'd like to leave us with?
No, I mean, like I said, just look me up on Twitter. I got a great Telegram, and if you want to buy some Stache NFTs, you can go to Atomic Hub and just search for CryptoStache. But it's Stache with a 5 instead of an S, because someone stole my name and is camping it. Oh, that's how popular I was, and then they beat me to it, and I was kind of mad. So
absolutely. Well, you guys heard it. You can look him up, but if you're going to look him up, make sure you look him up and down, because he's got a great stash. All right, guys, that's all I got. Make sure to drop some comments down below. Be blessed. BitBoy out.